Alright, Shalawam. First off and foremost, I'm going to say, call Halal Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, Yahawah, Yahawashi, Yahawashi. Double honors to my apostles and elders of the great millstone that rule well. And peace, Shalawam, and salutations to you, Ahchyams around the four corners of the earth that are doing this work, alright, to seal the elect, followed by the 1/3, alright, through the spirit and through the power of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. And Shalawam to you, confusion and faces that's out there in the fold as well, alright? This video is going to be about, basically, man, these signs, alright? And before these earthquakes, these storms, these horrible hurricanes, man, that it was the eclipse, alright? The eclipse came, alright? And I know most brothers, man, they knew that was a sign of the Lord that time is almost up, all right? And and judgment is being played out as we speak, all right? And judgment is being played out through the house of Israel first, all right? And I'm gonna start at Luke 25 and 21 and 25. And it says, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and the stars, all right? And what was that, man? That was the eclipse that happened last month, right? And upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves warring, all right? And it says, when it says, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, man, that what's that distress, man? Sorrows, pain, troubles, all right? And that's what everybody's going through right now, all right? And people are dying, mourning, and it says with perplexity, all right? And what's that perplexity, man? When someone or people, they can't understand what's going on to them, they can't cope what's going on around them, they're lost in the sauce, man. And that's going on right now with the Israelites right now in Mexico, in Houston, Florida, and soon to be Puerto Rico, man, because the Lord is doing all these things because He's gonna judge the house of Israel first, all right? And the 2/3, man, they don't know what's to come, and they don't know what's happening to them because they don't know that they're being judged right now, all right? And I'm gonna jump back to Luke, but I'm gonna go right on the book of Mark, all right? Saint Mark, and I want to get Mark 13 and 8. And it says, for nation shall rise, and it says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be earthquakes in diverse places, all right? So yeah, man, there's been many earthquakes in many places that has been televised. But one that has been televised was the one in Mexico, all right? And they killed 100 Israelites, it killed 100 is correct, all right? And that was, I believe the magnitude is at least 7.1, all right? And continue on, it says, and there shall be famines and troubles, all right? And famines of water, food, just shortages of everyday things that you need to live, all right? And flourish off of, all right? And it says in troubles, all right? And and going back to Luke 21:25, and it says, and upon the earth distress of nations, but with perplexity, all right? And right here in Mark 13:8, it says famines and troubles, all right? And what's that, man? Just like how it says in Luke 25, distress, right? Because that troubles are the distress, all right? And that perplexity, man, because these people, they don't know what's being bestowed upon them, right? And what's being bestowed upon them is that judgment that's being played out, all right? And after troubles right there, along with the famines, all right? And the pestilences, all right? And it says, to continue on, it says, these are the beginning of sorrows, right, man? The famines and troubles, the being in distress, that's beginning of sorrows, all right? And go back to Luke, but this time we go to Luke 21, verse 11, and it says, and great earthquakes, right, like in Mexico, shall be in diverse places, all right? And famines, all right, shortages of food, water, etc., and pestilences, all right? So, like hurricanes Irma and Harvey, in Florida and Texas, right? that because like the aftermath of the hurricane, when it's a flood, man, it can cause all type of diseases, man. Like, cause once that flood hits, man, all that debris is in, I mean, it's like once the hurricane hits, the aftermath of the flood, of the hurricane, it becomes flooded. The city becomes flooded, right? And or like you have all that debris, you know, washed up in the streets and stuff. People's belongings stuff. People with diseases and stuff. And that's one thing, man. Pestilence and diseases that's happening right now, right? And through these storms, right? And it continue on. It says, and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. All right, man. It says, and fearful sights and great signs. And what was that great sign, man? The eclipse, right? Just like it says in Luke 20, in verse 25 of Luke 20, so like just like it says in Luke 25 or chapter 21 in Luke. All right, it says, because it says there shall be signs in the sun and the moon and the stars, all right? And that was that great sign, man, because the eclipse, man, was signs of omens to come and judgment to be bestowed upon these 2/3, all right? People that's not in the truth, man, all right? And my last scripture is gonna make this quick, because judgment be played out, every day. And I just want to say, call out Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, right? For taking me out this world, because, man, it's scary for what I'm seeing on this, looking, on the other side, man. I can't imagine of what I be going through, man, because that's scary, man. Being judged by the Most High, man. That's scary. That's a scary thing, man. It's just like, it's a favorite thing to fall in the hands of the Lord, man. All right. This is Isaiah 29, verse 6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi of hosts with thunder, with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest. All right. What's that, man? The earthquakes, the great noise, the stormy winds. The Lord is doing that. He's visiting. He's visiting the people of the earth, the wicked, I should say. He's visiting them through those earthquakes and storms and hurricanes, And I'm gonna read again. It's like, thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder, with earthquake, right? The earthquake, Mexico, the earthquakes that's not being televised because Esau is just a slick devil because he don't want you to know everything, fake news, and great noise, all right, with storm and tempest, all right, those hurricanes, the floods and stuff, and it says, to end it off, and it says, in the flame of devouring fire, man. And what's that, man? That's ultimately going to be the thermonuclear warfare warheads that's going to hit the shores of America, right, through World War III. But evidently, it's going to be, that's the Lord's indignation, right, because this place is wicked, man. There's no order here, and that's why it's being judged. That's why judgment is being played out, because people are just wicked, man. All right, and man, that was really the point, man. Because the Lord's gonna come back soon, man. Because this is the last go around. All right, this is our last captivity, and have to stay buckled down in the faith and through the spirit power of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, all right. And Lord willing, this is edifying to you, so many brothers out there. All right, through the spirit power of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. All right, I want to say, call Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi, all right. Double honors to my elders in Great Millstone. So like my elders, my apostles and elders of the Great Millstone. Sorry, with the apostles Tahar and down, all right. And peace, Shalawam, and blessing to you, Ahchyams, around the four corners of the earth, that experience truth and sincerity, the spirit of power of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, through the wisdom, through the faith, all right, to rest your bodies out there and be diligent, all right, to sow the elect, followed by the 1/3, all right. And again, man, this is the last go around, all right. So stay stay grounded up in your faith, man. Pray more, fast more, and pray for more wisdom, all right? Because the time's coming, and it's gonna get road war. It's gonna get road, man. Because the Lord is gonna take it, he's gonna take it up a notch, all right? And again, help those edifying to you brothers out there. With that being said, Shalawam.